Hello everybody, this is Anand Salihovic and welcome to my channel where only you have the power to build your world. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to not stress about money. If you have financial anxiety and money stressing you out, you're constantly stressed, constantly anxious, then make sure you watch this video all the way through because I'll be giving you 3 important tips that you can use right now in order to calm your money anxiety, calm your financial stress, and pretty much live a more happy and joyful life and not be stressed about money as much. Alright, so let's get started. I know a lot of people are stressed about money. It doesn't matter if you're working a minimum wage job or you're making $100,000 a year, you're going to have some kind of anxiety when it comes to money. Personally, I lived with financial anxiety most of my life. When my family came over to the United States, I was 11 years old, raised by a single mother, had 2 other siblings, and all the money we made pretty much wasn't enough to cover for everything. But over time, situations change. You work harder, you achieve your dreams, your goals, and that situation becomes way better. So I know exactly how it feels to be anxious about money, to be stressed out constantly because you do not have enough money. So I'm making this video to pretty much help other people out that are having financial anxiety or that are stressed about their finances. I will be going over 3 tips that have helped me personally get over financial anxiety, and hopefully they can help you as well. So, what is financial anxiety? Financial anxiety can take many forms and shapes and affect many people in many different ways. Some people are affected when bills are due and they're like super stressed because either they do not have enough money to pay the bills or they're cutting it real close. Other people's are constantly stressed out because they're worrying about their financial future. They're worrying how they're going to pay for things, how they're going to retire, how they're going to invest in a business, constantly being stressed out and anxious about their future financial situation. Also, factors that happened before can cause stress and anxiety. For example, student loan debt, car payments, mortgages, all that stuff. But to sum it all up, stress and financial anxiety can take many different shapes. Being stressed out, being anxious can cause a lot of problems for you and the people around you. It can cause bad moods, it can cause anger, it can cause depression, it can cause all kind of things that would affect you negatively and also affect the people around you negatively. This is something that you have to get under control because stress and anxiety can cause depression and a lot of unhappiness. So you have to tackle this as soon as possible and correct your situation. Financial anxiety affects about 70% of Americans. So you are definitely not alone. There are a ton of people that are stressed about their financial future, stressed about their finances, and they do not know what to do about it. So everything is not gloom and doom. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm making this video to pretty much share the 3 tips that have helped me in the exact same situation. So hopefully these 3 tips help you as well and help you live a better stress-free life, especially when it comes to financial anxiety, and bring your shoulders down a little bit and have pretty much a better life overall. So let's start out with the 3 tips to help you with your money anxiety. Tip number 1. A lot of people face financial anxiety and stress and worry simply because they do not have any money saved up or they do not have any money at all. When the bills come in, they're scraping by, they're trying to come up with the money as fast as they can in order to pay the bills. This can cause a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, especially towards the beginning of the month when the bills are due. This can be a very hard time for those individuals. But tip number 1 instructs you to open up an emergency fund. You're probably thinking, why in the world do I need an emergency fund? You need an emergency fund just to relieve some of the stress. You can start an emergency fund and then accumulate 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months of all your bills combined. I'm talking about rent, electricity, water, phone, food, all that stuff. Calculate how much money you spend every single month on all your expenses and then use that as your guiding step towards building an emergency fund. For example, if you spend $1,000 on all your expenses, food, rent, mortgage, phone bill, internet bill, all that stuff. So if you're spending $1,000 a month, just multiply it by three, and then for the 3 months emergency fund, you will need $3,000. You can also multiply by 6 months, then you need $6,000. This way, you have a cushion to fall back on in case of an emergency. Just knowing that you have 3 months or 6 months or even a year of all your bills paid, oh my God, that will eliminate so much stress and anxiety, especially when the bills are due. And then you do not have to worry about if you have enough money in your bank account. You do not have to worry about coming up with the money the last minute or scraping everything that you have just to pay the bills. Just having that feeling, the thought of having 3 months, 6 months, or a year saved up in your emergency fund will cause you to be less stressed out, will cause your money anxiety to drop even lower. This is one of those steps that cannot be built overnight, but takes 3 months, 6 months, or even a year to build up your emergency fund. But once this fund is built up, you're gonna feel way better. The stress off your shoulders is gonna be lifted just knowing that you have that money saved up in case something happens. It will give you a new perspective on life, and it will give you a way better feeling every time the bills come in. This helped me out a lot, especially when I was younger and I was just making money, spending it, not worrying about anything. When I started building up my emergency fund, and once I got to 12 months of emergency fund saved up, oh my God, just that feeling felt amazing. So start your emergency fund right now. I have another video linked in the description box below showing you how to start emergency fund, taking you through all the steps. It takes about 10 minutes to start out, guys. And this will be one of the best ways to reduce stress and anxiety when it comes to your personal finances. Tip number two, when it comes to lowering your stress and financial anxiety, is talking about it. Talk about your financial situation with your wife, with your best friend, with your family members. When you're at dinner, talk about your financial situation. This will pretty much help you get it off your chest and pretty much help you feel better. Just knowing that you have support can cause this stress to be a little bit less. It's not going to eliminate your financial stress completely, but it's the step in the right direction because it will lower it a little bit. Me and my wife, we talk about finances every single day. Every time we're eating dinner, we talk about it. It has become so casual and so positive and so uplifting that it just feels great, especially when we reach a goal, we talk about it, or when planning new goals. It just feels amazing. So make sure you find a good friend, a spouse, or a family member and just start talking about finances. I'm not telling you to bore them to death every single second, but when you have some free time, you are relaxing, talk about it. Get it out there in the open, and I guarantee you it will help your financial situation and it will help you get rid of some of the stress and anxiety that finances can cause. Tip number three, this is one of my favorites simply because the type of financial anxiety that I had was worrying about the future, worrying about early retirement, worrying about investing in real estate, trying pretty much being anxious about succeeding like super fast. I wanted everything to happen instantly. I wanted to instantly become a successful real estate investor, successful YouTuber, successful pretty much anything just so I can retire early. I was so anxious and so stressed out that I couldn't wait for this moment to happen. So I would constantly think about it, constantly pretty much be stressed out and anxious about future events that I had pretty much no control over. But with tip number three, I encourage you to plan out everything. Pretty much the best way to do this is to get a giant whiteboard that you can get on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description box for the one that I bought. You probably get 2 or 3 of these. Put one in your kitchen, put one in your bedroom, in your living room, bathroom, wherever you spend the most time. Then you start writing your financial goals, your plans, and your ideas on these boards. This will have a tremendous impact on your financial situation, your stress overall, and your anxiety. When you have everything planned out and have everything set, you'll be surprised how much stress will be lifted off your shoulders. Personally, I have 2 boards, one in my bedroom and one in the kitchen, simply because that is where I spend a lot of my time And there's where I have time to actually look at the boards and think about what's on the boards, my goals, my plans, and everything like this. And if you're married, you have a spouse, get together, come up with joint goals that both of y'all have for your family, for your financial future. Write them down. If your goal is to have an emergency fund for 6 months, write that goal. And then underneath the goal, describe in detail what you will do to accomplish this goal. You'll be able to see your goals being achieved, and the stress level will slowly start to drop. This is one of the most amazing things that you can start out right now to lower your stress and anxiety. Just having a clear vision, a clear goal set will do wonders when it comes to stress and anxiety. Because a lot of stress and anxiety are caused because you do not have a plan. You do not have any goals. You do not have anything set up for the future. And you're constantly anxious, constantly stressed. But once you have everything set, you set your goals, you create a plan, you start implementing your goals and your plan, things will start to change. Things will get a lot better, and you'll be surprised how much stress will be lifted off your shoulders. All right, there go 3 tips that I have personally used to help me with my financial anxiety. Guys, financial anxiety cannot be cured overnight. It is a process that takes time, takes a lot of effort, a lot of commitment. But once you commit and you decide that you do not want to be stressed out 24/7, you do not want to have this financial anxiety on your shoulders, things will get better. Once you start implementing these 3 steps and you start achieving them, you will be beautifully surprised of how much stress and anxiety these 3 tips can lift off of you. Everything will be easily achievable once you have this stress and anxiety lifted off your shoulders. From investing in real estate, from opening up a business, from starting a happy family, just being stress and anxiety free will do wonders for your life. All right, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have stress and anxiety, let me know in the comment box below what's stressing you out the most. And if you found these 3 tips helpful, or if you have tips of your own, please drop them in the comment box below. And see you in the next video. Peace out.